I'm just the guy who wants people to go to Disney and to feel this magic. You know, if anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I want to give this a 5 out of 5 just because you have to see it. I'm File91e, and these are my Disney news and reviews. Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Disney news and reviews. I'm File91e, and I have pneumonia. Yes, that's right, the illness that can kill people, pneumonia. But luckily, I caught it in its early stages, and the doctors pumped me full of antibiotics. This is my second day of antibiotics, so wish me luck on that. But pneumonia hasn't dampened my spirits, and it hasn't made me not want to do a Disney news and reviews. This is my special 25th episode. It's going to be a two-part series. I want to talk not only about rides and news, but also about a hotel, as was requested to me by one of my friends and subscribers. So yeah, just bear with me for today. As you saw, I had a new opening and intro for the Disney news and reviews. I hope you like it. I also made some segment separators. Hope you like them. And just pardon me for my nose and the way I sound. It's just what it is. It's pneumonia. Full-fledged case. If you don't believe me, here's my doctor's note. See? So, it is what it is. So, without any further ado, let's get to the news. The Walt Disney Company launched its D23 today, which is billed as the first official community for Disney fans in the company's 85-year history. According to the official press release, D23 will provide fans with the opportunity to go backstage and behind closed doors to get the inside scoop from every part of Disney, while experiencing nostalgia, adventure, and fantasy of Disney as never before. The new program, named for the year 1923, in which the Disney Company began, is unique in that it has unprecedented support from the entire Disney Company from the very highest levels and all across business units. Now, a one-year membership to this thing costs $74.99, and it comes with, amongst other things, a Disney 23 quarterly publication, membership certificate and card, and access to the D23 Expo and member special events. I signed up for it, and if you want to join or just want to get more details, go to www.disney.com/D23. Are the links on the bottom? Check it out if you want to see it. The Star Wars Weekends 2009, which are May 22nd through June 14th, will offer some new and unique merchandise for collectors. First, the final four in the series of Star Wars Disney character statues will be available. Mickey, Luke, Minnie, Leia, Goofy, Chewie, and Donald in Carbonite will be released in an edition size of 600 each around the second week in June. Now they will be scattered and released around the parks, a couple hundred here, a couple hundred there, and they'll retail for about $10. And more merchandise will be available, and just go to allears.net to read more. This is where I got this information. They posted a whole bunch of information, really went into detail about it. I couldn't go because I only have a short show to do. So go to allears.net and check out the news for the week of 3/10. They give you all the information there. Now, starting Friday, March 20th, Epcot will resume its 9 p.m. closing time. For the last few months, the park has been closing at 8 p.m. on Fridays, with illuminations beginning at that earlier time. Just remember that if you're going down to Disney World. Disney President and CEO Bob Iger announced the names of the two new Disney Cruise Line ships currently being built in Germany at the company's annual shareholders meeting earlier this week. The Disney Dream, which will begin sailing in 2011, and the Disney Fantasy, which will sail in 2012. Both new ships will sail out of Port Canaveral at least through the year 2014. So just keep that in mind if you're going on the Disney cruise ships. It's a great thing to do. I want to try to take my family eventually down the line some way, and I can do a review on that. Ooh. And finally, Central Florida News 13 reports that GM, the current sponsor for Epcot's test track, and Disney have not been able to come to terms on a new contract. Now, if GM cancels the deal due to the struggling economic times that we're going through right now, The ride could suffer changes, but it's pretty much almost guaranteed that the ride won't go away. It's very popular, but due to the fact that GM is everywhere in the ride, they might have to rework it to, to its new sponsor if they find a new sponsor. But Test Track is still a very popular ride, and there's been, there really isn't any worry that it's going to go anywhere. So just keep that in mind. And that's the news for this week. Some pretty good news. I know it's kind of long, but it's a two-part, so I can just ramble on. So let's get right to the reviews. Okay, I was asked to review one of the hotels. It's the Value Hotels, the All-Star Sports Resort. Now, I haven't been to these hotels before. I've only been to one Disney hotel. It's the one I go to. It's the Wilderness Lodge. It's my favorite one, currently. But I have had friends that have been to the All-Star Sports, movies, music. It's all the same thing. So the reviews are going to come from information I got from this book and online, and just my personal opinions on it. But these are opinions not based on the fact that I've been there, because I haven't been there. So these are just strictly as an outside viewer, what I think of the hotel, without actually having experienced it. So I just wanted to get that off my chest before I start. But first up, I want to start with a ride, and let's see what we got. Okay, Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. What they say it is, it's an audio animatronic theater production. It's a major attraction. You can go anytime. And they say it's nostalgic, warm, and happy, 3 stars. Okay, the Carousel of Progress started in the 1964 New York World Fair. It was the General Electric Pavilion's main attraction. Then it was then moved after the fair closed to Disneyland, where it stayed there for many years in its Tomorrowland, and that was replaced by America Sings in '74. And it was then moved in 1975 to Disneyland, to Disney World, where it stays right now for everybody to see. It's been rehabbed 6 times to keep up with the times and whatnot. The most current rehab was in 1994. Now, many sources say that this was Walt Disney's favorite ride, or one of his favorite rides, top 5 of his favorite rides. And it was funny that the main theme song that it's known for was also rehabbed twice, but both times by the Sherman brothers. And the one that you hear today, "There's a great big beautiful tomorrow." Yeah, that one is probably everybody's favorite, and it's one of my favorites. I found out that the Carousel of Progress is also the longest running American stage show in an American theater, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, the Carousel of Progress is it's in Tomorrowland. It's right there. It's kind of hidden away, but it's right next to Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin, and in between, and right by the Tomorrowland Transit Authority and Space Mountain. The line is pretty much non-existent. Nobody really ever waits for it because a lot of people skip it. I don't. It's one of the first rides that I get on, and it's pretty much one of the only other rides that I get on multiple times, aside from Pirates of the Caribbean and whatnot. After you wait, you actually see the whole room spinning. It's a revolving a stage show where you move into different portions and eras. So you go in, they sit down, you get a brief introduction, and then you're taken to a time around around the turn of the century. And he talks about the technology there. The voice acting's really good, and the audio animatronics are pretty astounding, considering what it was for its time. I remember my mom telling me back when she saw it when she was a girl, she thought it was real and everything was crazy. That's pretty crazy. And now, obviously we now see it. We're spoiled because we see, the technology just exploding out of nowhere. But back, for what it was, that was amazing. It's just a really great ride with a really great song, and I like learning about the morphing of technology and communications and whatnot. And I think it's one of the best rides in the Magic Kingdom, and I hope it never goes. I hope this is one of the rides that never ever leaves, because it's one of my personal favorites. And they operate it seasonally, meaning that it's occasionally on and off. mostly off since nobody really ever goes to it. They want to, they've wanted to tear it down, but some Imagineers and a lot of fans say don't ever tear this thing down because this is one of our favorites. But give it a chance and really try to enjoy it, and I guarantee that you will. And that song will be stuck in your head for the next 4 years. Believe me, I know, because I kept singing it and I still do it to this day. Even in pneumonia, I get all worked up. But yeah, the Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress, I want to give it 4. They gave it 3. I'm giving it 4 because it is a ride that you should get on. You don't have to. You can miss it, or it won't deprive you of your Disney experience, quote unquote. The Carousel of Progress is a piece of Disney history, and if you're a true Disney fan, you will get on it and you will enjoy it. You will enjoy it. That's right.